Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome back to some more Warframes Online. Now, new frame, guys. Update 10, radical, one of the biggest updates Warframes have done so far. I mean, there's just so much to go through, isn't there? I think a lot of change has happened from the previous update to this update. More than actually what's actually in the development notes. Because I've noticed actual difference as well with the overall armor as well. I've noticed another sort of nerf on the actual players themselves, on the characters. I've noticed that they're not as strong as they were before. Not the stats are changing, but either the enemy have increased or the actual physical ability to withstand hits has been decreased. Because I did a couple of tests and it took me about 2.5 hours just standing there, let myself die and then see and try different scenarios, and I did that previously, and there's a significant change to where 2 or 3 hits now with 1,000 shields and I'm dead, which seems something's changed. I don't know what it is, but something's happened to the armor or the overall ability, and I use the same frame as well. Now, anyway, moving on from that, a lot of updates, loads of new cards, Warframes. They've also added other sort of customizational sort of slots, and you just notice these lovely little tassels I've got coming off here as I'm swinging around. I've attached onto my frame. That actually, do you know what? With this frame, it actually looks pretty good. I actually sort of like it. Animation's pretty good as well, I must admit. It does look pretty good. Whack that on there as well. And gone for my traditional colours, the old red and gold as usual. Now, aesthetically, let's just have that conversation. It's probably one of the most attractive, I think, attractive frames so far. Very unique. Looks very, very, I don't know the right word is violent. It looks very dangerous, doesn't it? I think it's a frame that is very pleasing on the eye, and it looks very, very good. Probably one of my favourite frames so far from a design point anyway. I really like it. It's, not necessarily saying it's my favourite frame, but I'm saying that, it's definitely my favourite to actually look at, and I think it looks very, very nice. So 10 out of 10 for that one. Now look, I could be here all day going through all the new changes and stuff like that and what they've done. But what I've decided to do is, obviously I've got Nekros, and I've got I've bought all the latest weapons as well to go with it, just to give you a bit of an idea what they're like. Now the Warframe itself, let's have a look. Now I've got it up to about, not that rank, I've only about rank 15. I've just got it rank 15 so I can whack some cards on it, and give it a bit of a blast. What I can do is, while we're here, let's just move down here. Let's take that one off for now, it doesn't really matter. And then what I'll do is, I don't know if you notice this, guys, if I click on 1, it does not go to 1. I have to click on 2, click on 5, it goes to 5. But when I click on 1, it was just a bit of an alignment thing, I think that's a bit weird. What we're going to do is just whack these on there. And we'll just apply that. Now, card I've got, rifle damage, increased by 27%. I had looked through here, and I was looking, there's a few cards that are in here now, the Aurora cards. Some of the Aurora cards are like, for instance, this one, enemy armor reduced by minus 5%. When that's maxed out, it's 27%. So, if you're increasing their armor by 27%, that's all well and good. But if you've got a rifle and you're increasing your rifle damage by 27%, isn't that the same thing? Now, I don't know what you think. I don't know what the calculations are. But I've sort of found that sort of around about the same. I've had a look at the other cards as well, but to be honest, this one's most appealing for me at the moment. I'm primarily using a rifle anyway, so it seems like a good one to have. Now, so far, I've maxed out one move, which is the ultimate move, which is very similar to Nyx's move, actually. I'll say it's very online. It looks like a decoy, but it's more of attacking, I suppose. And there is a sort of downside and there is a good side to that, but we'll go through that in the game. I've whacked a shield card out, bit of power duration, power max, and I've just put these ones out for now just to show you. I mean, I haven't maxed out the power abilities yet, but, this is very, very early stages, and there's something else I actually noticed what they've actually implemented in the game. It was there before, but now it's a lot more aggressive, I would say. Now, and what I mean by that, I don't want to actually want to apply that. What they've actually done previously when you went from rank 1 to, like, I'll actually show you actually. When you go from like rank 1 to 30, when you go for that duration wasn't really like progressive. You didn't feel like you were progressing, you know, it was just a number. Now what I've noticed they've done is you feel you actually character progresses. Now where before that I would get, you know, go for a rank 1 Warframe and put mine 400% to shields, and have my shields very, very high because I've got that card on there. It looks like it's been capped or something. They've changed the calculations. So even rank 1 now, even if I put my 400% shield capacity, I'm only gaining absolutely nothing. In fact, it was pretty much nothing when I put it on there. And even now, I'm not gaining that much. So there's been some sort of recalculation on that now, which I suppose makes sense to me, because otherwise it's a bit pointless. You get a new frame and you whack all your maximum cards on there. You know, to some extent, obviously bar, because you obviously haven't got the maximum slots, but the first card you're probably, you know, I'd probably put on there is probably this one, just to get my shields up, just so I can survive the rounds and not people keep saving me all the time. So I'm feeling the change there, and I didn't really see anything in the notes to say that they've done that, but they definitely have, I assure you, because I noticed that straight away when I was ranking up this frame. Now I've got it up to 15, like I said, just so I can whack some cards out, and I felt that if I had to pick one of the moves, I've gone for the ultimate move, so you can just sort of get a general idea. Well, I'm saying this is, you know, it's ultimate enough, I suppose. You know, do I think it's great? It's all right. It has its good and bad points, but we'll go through that anyway. I did say that a minute ago and repeat myself now. Now, moving on. Now, I like the look of this, actually. Do you know what? Let's talk about the animation, first of all. Now, this is pretty cool. I want to notice in the game. See this clip here? When you actually fire, the clip actually rotates round. So as you use the bullets, the clip goes round, and then when this half moon gets fully around the other side, it drops out. Now, they didn't have to do that. They could have just had a static clip there, and you just fired the gun, and that was the clip. I like the fact that they've actually put that animation into the gun, which was impressive, you know? I thought it was a good thing to do. Now, like, very similar to the last 16, pretty much here. I put my maximum serration on here. Maximum serration is 150 to the current rank. So, obviously, once it's maximum rank, the calculation is going to be different to what it is now, and I've just whacked I've whacked what I would probably see as more important. I've obviously gone for damage. I've gone for multi-per shot because no matter how you look at it, it's double damage in it. Fire card because it's the only one I can actually get on there at the moment. And also I put a freeze damage on there, just, you know, just for the hell of it. Do I like it? I do sort of like it, actually. It serves a purpose, I think, but we'll talk about that in the game once again. Moving on. Now, low rank on this one once again. 13, probably a bit low. It always takes a bit harder to do melee because you do tend to use your primaries before you use melee. Well, I do anyway. I'm sure there's other people that are different. Just whack my damage card, a bit of electricity, a bit of freeze on there for now. But so far, pretty good. I mean, the damage on it is actually pretty good. The output of it, you can... I'm sure we don't need to go through it now, but you can see when I'm hovering it. It's just down here. If you look around this area here. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It's not, you know, it's... aesthetically, do I like it? I suppose that's the next question, because Warframes is about that. I mean, you know, you've got to look at it that way. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I don't like the transparent. I don't like that transparent style, to be honest with you, because the animation sometimes, look, you can see it bugs out a little bit through the character, and it does in game a little bit every now and again. But I'm sure they're going to sort that out, because you can see it's disappearing there between the bottom of the frame. But as I say, I mean, there's, you know, for me, I don't know. I'll still probably go with my dual fangs, you know, because I think they just look nice. And it fits into that sort of evil sort of frame he is. You know, he should have. I think he really suits something like throwing knives. You know, I don't know. That's just my interpretation of this character. I mean, I'm sure everyone's got a different interpretation to I have, but you know, that's how I interpret it. Yeah, okay, you could say he's quite devilish, quite evil. The big axe suits him as well. Yeah, it does. But I'm not really a sort of big melee person. I always prefer the little sort of deadly fast ones, to be honest with you. And they can just be pretty evil as well, while we're on the evil note. Now, Death Cube, we're gonna have a conversation about this. I have got the carrier. I mean, what do I think of it? No, now you can. Why buy it? Well, I think that was my first thought. Now that you can actually put any weapon on any cube or such, or sentinel, well, why would you buy it? I sort of don't really get the idea, so maybe I need to play around with it a little bit more. And I think, look, I've got to look at it this way. If I start ranking it up and get it to 30 now, let's have a look at my death cube. I've polarized a couple of slots on here already. Okay, so I think 2 or 3 slots on here. I've got loads available now. Just haven't got the cores. And then on my gun, I've gone all out. I polarized it again today. Do not ask what's happened to my stars. I have no idea, guys. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute. When you get it, when they're too polarized, maybe that's right. I don't know. Either something did go wrong. There was a bug in the game, and then I put in a ticket, and Warframe's reimbursed me for some former because there was an issue. But it's left. I don't know. I don't know. Something's not right. It seems to have 1 extra star. But anyway, now the problem I had before, even with 7 of them set to polarity, I had an issue where my serration was at 105. And I had no more available to increase serration. And I sort of was putting it off for a long time, thinking, do I really want to play with a death cube that is absolutely pants for a period of time? And, I just made that decision, let's get it out of the way. But on the long side of that, which is quite a good thing, and this is one of the reasons how I've come to a definite conclusion that there's been some massive, I don't know, I don't think it's a nerf on the weapons, I think it's more of an enemy HP increase and hit increase. I ran the same, if you remember the video I did on the death cube, death from above, where I, didn't find my gun while playing IO. Now, I've literally ranked this up to 11. I've ranked it up literally by doing IO and not firing my gun. I have to fire every now and again, and I'll tell you why in a second, which I've noticed. Now, one of the things what they've changed, obviously all the animation models of the characters, the enemies or the AI have changed. Now, what they've done is they've set some of the AI now to actually jump on top of the boxes. So when you're doing infestation, if you think you're going to stand on a box, you forget that because they're jumping. They jump up and hit you now. And I worked out it seems to be reactive. If you stand still, they jump up, but if you carry on moving, they don't. So, well, I say, is it a tip? I don't know. But like I said, you keep moving about and they won't jump at you. But it does eliminate that from doing rank 1 to 5 without even moving and firing your gun and walking and going and get a cup of tea and come back, and you've done half a rank on your death cube. And I think that's why they've done it, because I realised that straight away. And of course, when I've gone back now to try and rank up my death cube and stand in an eye on one of the blocks for 1 to 5 just to get my death cube to rank up to 30, in the space of a couple of hours. I soon realised that, they've obviously done something about that now. You stand still for too long and they're all going to jump at you and knock you off the block. So I managed to get to around about 2. And I think once I get multi-shot on there, I might better shoot them before they jump at me. So I'm in the process of running this test. And once this is sort of maxed out, I'll run the same test again that I did a little while ago, death cube from above 2. And then we see how from that point till now, what is the difference within either the death cube or the enemies. But that's something, I'm working on. It's very slow progress, this, guys, because you've got to sort of, it takes a long time to rank everything up and do all this sort of stuff. So it's work in progress. So that's my death cube. And the reason I've kept it on here, you could say I could put the gun on the other weapon. Yeah, I could. But look, I looked at the other way. When I actually looked at the death cube and I sort of looked at my equipment, let's equip it. You equip it, it's 200 health, 100 shields. And then I go back to equip my death cube. It's 400 and 275. Now, what I wasn't quite sure originally, I thought, well, hang on a minute. Maybe that's something to do with the cards that I've actually got equipped. But I think that's out of stock. So even if I go to something like so this one and then equip this one, 200, 100 as well. I suppose we could try. Actually, let's just go to, okay, let's go to upgrades. Let's put something like shield recharge, no. Shield recharge, no. Boost, no. Just when you want a card, you can't find it. Hang on a minute, let's have a look. Shield capacity, that'll do. Let's just whack that on there. Click on apply. Now, does that make shield capacity? It's gone up to 125. Has that actually gone up? Turn it off again. Go down to the end. Take it off. Click on apply. Go back. There we are. So that's a good thing, actually. I'm sort of glad they've done that, because The problem was before you don't really know what your capacity was, would you? Because when you're in upgrade, when you're in here and you add some, why didn't they add it in here? You're adding your shield, you're adding the cards in here. So why not show us inside that screen rather than when you get outside? So I mean, I could do a test now actually. Should I try it? Let me go to let's just try it. I've got to try it now, don't I? Because I've set the ball rolling now. So 200, and what I'm going to do now, let's go into upgrades and put my shield recharge, shield capacity. Oh, bugger, won't let me put it on there, will it? Will it go on that one? Ah, it won't, so I can't really run the test anyway. But that's something I'm going to do anyway. Then you can see the real stats and start working out which one's better. But at the moment, I'm not really bothered. The Death Cube's done me well. I've got it. I'm going to rank this up. Once my Death Cube gets to maximum rank, and the gun, I may as well take something and rank something up in-game to get me overall in-game experience ranked up. So I will be equipping it, obviously, but no intention to do it at this sort of stage, I don't think. And also, I don't know if you've noticed as well, here we go, sweeper, shotgun. Now, I haven't really done any work on that neither as of yet. Got the laser rifle, obviously, and my Death Cube's down to 11 at the moment, but that's something I'm going to rank up as well. Let's get a bit of feel of that and see how good that is. But, you know, I've always preferred, I know the Death Cube's not great at long range, it does massively depreciate, but I always preferred the rifle over the laser. But then again, once I've tested the shotgun, you know, the shotgun might be really effective. We'll have to wait and see. So my style of play is normally more sort of, I prefer to play from distance. So probably something like this is probably going to benefit me over the shotgun, because the shotgun's probably going to be more suited on like a tank or something like that. That's what, you know, that's what I think anyway. So other than, obviously, we could be here forever, guys, because they've changed so much. You know, the whole entire, I won't say the whole entire game has changed, but, you know, a large majority of it. One of the things which I think they need to work on a little bit is the clan stuff, because it's very difficult to manage this stuff when you're the leader of the clan. It's a bit clunky, and a lot of people have been asking me to join the clan, but we had a bit of a not dilemma. We had to build one. We're in the process of building a clan hall so we can get more people in the clan, blah blah blah, and so on. So, you know, look, I'm still accepting people. Look, if you want to be in the clan, guys, simple thing. Either send me a friend's request, or you can send this guy one. Balls V01. If you just send him a friend's request, and he'll give you an invite as well. So it just relieves the load off me a little bit, because I do get a lot of the requests on there. Now, first thing you need to try, guys, before you send in a request, make sure that you leave the clan you're in. If someone sent you an invite, then we can't invite you. Then that seems to be the common occurrence. If you send me a friend's request and I try and invite you and you're not online, I can't send you a message. So the only thing I can do is just wait until you're online, and you know, and then obviously I get people messaging me, can I join the clan? And it's not that I'm ignoring you, it's the fact that you're in a clan already and I can't invite you, but and we're not on at the same time, so you get the idea. So moving on now. Next thing I sort of want to cover off, I mean, look, I mean, for the Warframe, my Warframe, the people who watch my videos. Now, my videos have always been about, you know, what I think of the Warframes. Now, you know, you can go and have a look. There's loads of people doing tutorial videos and stuff like that out there. You know, probably doing it better than me. But I've always felt, you know, it's very difficult to do what do you think is best. You can only show what it has. And say, look, this is what it's got. You know, this is what it's good at and this is what it's bad at. You know, and it's down to you to choose whether you like the frame or not. Because it's very, you know, for me to actually sit here and say, and do a fair test on the frame and say that this is a good or bad frame, I can't do that. I can't do that. Because the only way that you could run a fair test on a frame is to get it up to rank 30, de-equip every single card, and do the same with the guns, and then go and test it. Because the problem is what I've noticed is a lot of other YouTubers out there, when they get their new frame, they're loading all their cards on there, and they've progressed from the last time they've made a video. And let's say, for instance, on their weapon, their serration's gone up 2 notches, their shields have gone up 2 notches, their armor's gone up 2 notches, and they're doing a review on a Warframe, and they're comparing it to previous Warframes. You can't do that. You can't do that because your cards have progressed. So, like I said, I mean, you know, I'm not here to, you know, tell you what to do and what to pick. I can only tell you my experience, and you know, if you like the videos, keep on watching. That's all I can say, really. Like I said, so new map, guys, as well. We'll say new map. We call it a new planetary system. Now, there's just so much that's happened in that short period of time. But it's like, you know, you could go through all these things and what's been added and the squad stuff, and you know, I think there's a lot more than they could add. Now, do I think that there's been any updates that have been significantly game-changing? I think the biggest game changers have been to the armor and the ability of the Warframes, more than all this stuff, all this fluffy stuff. You know, we've got new planetaries, new content, you know, one new frame and one new gun. As far as I'm concerned, the biggest change for me has been how hard is it to kill them enemies? You know, what's my gun like now? How does my gun fare out against other guns? You know, all these sort of questions go through, you know, your mind. And even if you go back to some of my older videos, you can't even, I'll be honest, there's no point even watching them now because they're out of date. When I say they're out of date, you're looking at a video where I did some tests in 7.2 or, you know, pre-alpha. And at that point, the enemies and the weapons have totally changed, and so have the Warframes. And I said in one of my other videos, you know, you get to that point now where you can't even go back and look at an old video and I wouldn't even suggest you go and watch one of my old videos and make a decision off that, because at that point in the game's development, things were easier. Things have changed now. I'm not saying that, you know, what I was saying in the videos is not the case now. It may well be, but you know, there's been significant changes to warrant you to question what everyone's saying pre-10, really. And if you had to make a decision on something now, you probably want to be looking at a 10 upwards, I would say. You know, but we're always going to have that challenge, and the challenge is as the game progresses and updates stuff, you know, things are going to change. But hopefully, this has been the biggest significant change. So, moving on. Let's take a look. New planetary system. They've added some new... There's all sorts of stuff that's been added to the game, guys. But I've been using this frame quite a bit, you know. I've been sort of trying to suss it out. Looks fantastic. It's the first thing you've got to get out of the way. And I've actually equipped that stupid thing above my head. Great.
Ready? Trigger the alarms.
You can see the old physics there. The physics being like on the... Oh, look. Now, there is a transition for this gun. Normally when I fire my gun, I reload, but there's 100 clips on this thing, so you're thinking, well, you know, should I be doing that? Probably not, really. Let's fall down this hole. Didn't break my legs there, did I? Well, I've got this thing above my head that actually does absolutely nothing now, which is always good. I hate when that goes the wrong way. I'm actually using a different mouse today, guys. Ooh.
They're trying to choke you out. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm using a different mouse. I actually went out because I was getting really, really irritated with the mouse clicks in game. So I went out and bought this silent mouse, and it is a little bit strange pressing the button. Oh god, I'm chatting away. Pressing the button and actually not getting any click. So I'm just getting used to it at the moment. The sensitivity is slightly. It's got 4,000 DPI, so. Now, so far, I've found this gun actually to be pretty good, you know. I like all the new sounds. Sound a bit better. It's like the Gorgon. It's a bit of a wind-up one, wind-up weapon. Right, I'll show my ultimate ability first. Let's get it out of the way. Now they go wandering off, but I'm just going to show you. It takes a little while to cast. There we go. And they're just going to help me out now. Go and grab that. They're not helping me?
Prepare for life support.
You sort of got to help them because they do die. So you just, you know, you got to. They're there to support you. They're not going to win the game for you. Anyway, let's head over this way.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Thank you.
Attack!
I actually like this gun. It's pretty good. It's almost like, you know, you've got that option of having that fast fire rate, but look, you can just tap it as well, and it's quite responsive. You feel like, you know, you don't have to wait for the Gorgon. The problem is, you feel like you're tapping the fire button, and you know, it takes too long to wind up. So it's almost like the option you've got with the trigger is, hang on a minute, shoot or panic mode. But panic mode's quite good, if you know what I mean. You know, the option is if things start going wrong, you can hold down that trigger and just absolutely annihilate them. Jumping down the death queue with me here, innit? Let's go have a trot over here.
Get ready for a capsule.
Yeah, I like this frame. I like the ability. I mean, I think the nearest you can compare it to is like Nyx, isn't it?
Additional life support has arrived.
To some extent. Is he dead? Nope. That's my ones. Who are they shooting? I can see what they're shooting there. Stock up a little bit. Oh. Well, there we go, guys. Pretty epic fail, really. Now, do you know what? That frame's quite enjoyable, you know? You actually enjoy playing it. Even though it was a fail there, but... The problem I've got is... The reason I made so many videos over the last sort of coming weeks, because I've got a slight issue. And the issue is where I make these videos, they blocked the UDP ports. And the UDP ports are used, in some cases, for multiplayer and people joining. And that is the current issue. So that means that people will not join the game. Try equipping that back again, shall we? And I'm going to give that another go. Quite enjoyed that. Probably going to be a long video today, guys, but make up for lost time. See if we can do a bit better this time. Death Cube is a vital help there, because obviously he would rejuvenated my health and shot the enemies as well. So he's got the old Latron there in that picture, isn't he? Waiting for players. I'm just going to play now because I know people are not going to join. Oh, maybe someone might join. Like I said, oh, there's actually someone joined. Wow. Yeah, I've got some problems. I don't know what effects you get from the UDV port, but I get a ping problem and all sorts of bloody things.
Raiding this ship for supplies. You are here to distract the enemy. Trigger the alarms.
We haven't even gone through the other abilities yet, guys, so just let him trigger the alarm.
They've turned off critical life support systems. I suspected they might try this.
Really?
Stand by for support. Watch yourself.
Okay.
Foot soldiers are on the way.
I heard him open something there. Down the ult. Oh, Mr. Chest there, that's annoying. I like the voices, pretty cool.
Capsule has arrived. Activated.
I'll get some of my my little fella friends out. Now, the way this ability works. Let me just kill these first. Top up. They're shooting something there. I can't see what they're shooting. Maybe they've just gone a bit bugged out. What's this guy? I think that guy there was attacking my man. What are you doing? He got a little bit confused there, did he? Now, show the other moves we got here. Okay, let's have a look. Try and do two things to hit me at once here. There's a roar. Let's just do my. I better get some life support here. Oh, he's doing it. It's right. Trying to do a couple of things at once. There's the terrify thing, which is almost like a roar. But do you know what? I've tried it about 10 times. I can't get it really to do much. I think it's probably because I haven't really put that much power on it. I'm still ranking up. I like the fact that you can change your energy colour now. I know that was in the last update, but I like that because then now you can determine whose ability is being used. Pretty accurate, this thing as well. Uh oh. I hate them bloody whips. Pick up some stuff while I'm here.
Additional life support has arrived. That should keep you going for a while.
A bit of help. Some more life support. Can steamroll with this thing a bit, this gun. It's quite enjoyable actually, I must admit. Do you know what? It's growing on me. When I first got it, I was a bit like, 10 damage. I was thinking, do you know what I mean? It's not that great, but
Prepare for life support.
it's the accuracy and fire rate, which is pretty good.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
They can watch the flank, can't they? We're going to need to check over this hill. Look, they're not. It's a heavy grenade.
Another life support capsule. The life support has been replenished. Extraction is available if you need it.
Nice.
Our operative is making progress. This will help our cause. Detecting a large security force heading your way. Come near. There's a heavy unit.
Now, there's one move where you've sort of basically, as you can see, the fire sort of one. Is it alright? I mean, do you know what I need to max out the card before you can really sort of make that assessment. Uh-oh. Can't even see shit here because I'm on fire. Do you know what I was thinking the other day? Do you reckon there is a bit too many fireworks, guys? You know what I mean? Do you reckon they should tone it down? Sometimes you can't see shit, can you?
Life support on the way.
Where'd they go?
Warning. Heavy Grineer approaching. Something's wrong. There's a heavy unit approaching. Another life support capsule is now available. Warning. Heavy Grineer approaching.
Oh, nice.
That should keep you going for a while.
There's that thing. The only problem is with that move, that's the lowest value move.
What's wrong?
It's only on, it seems to be on one enemy. Which in Warframes, there's normally quite a few of them. Maybe it's because I've only got the card at a low rank, so I need to work on that one, don't I?
Heavy Grineer approaching. 10-0. Prepare for life support.
At least they're holding back for me for a little bit. I want to get out of here. That's what I have noticed about this frame. Very fast. You know, some of the Warframes, you know, you think you need to put speed cards. This thing, blooming
Life
fast.
support has arrived. Something's wrong. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh, that was better. Better when you're not on your own.
Excellent work, Tenno.
It's not bad. I enjoy the frame. I must admit, I do like it. It's one that I'm going to rank up. Am I going to polarise it? I don't know. I think, like I said, you need to get it over that 30 first of all to make any decision. And you know, I'm not saying. All I'm saying to you guys is, look, it looks bloody good. It's got a good few moves there. The ultimate move's pretty good. You know, what I have found is obviously you're not going to be doing the most damage. You're not going to be doing the most kills because what you're getting with that move. You're getting a move very similar to like Vubin's move, where you know you put the electricity balls down, and every round you're probably going to do more damage, but you're not going to get more kills. But it's at the same time it's a supporting frame, but it can support itself. Where you know you got a frame like Nyx, where Nyx has got the sort of the decoy ability and puts out them sort of decoy enemies, if you can call it. And this has got the very similar sort of thing, but these ones are more attacking. These ones are more aggressive. These ones like actually attack the enemy, and they will leave. They will walk off and like go and attack until they're all dead, and then obviously you can cast again. So there is definitely a difference between the two. The only, and this is what I was saying at the very start of the video, the only thing I found is if you want to do something like a defend, which I've been doing a lot of defends today, and what I've been trying to do, like I said at the start of the video, is to rank up my death cube. And the problem I had is every time I put use that ability, and my men walked off, you know, 5 miles around the corner, and I knew they were going to die because you know they need support. You've got to help them. So you can't just stand there. You can't just stand there. You've got to follow them around and support them and work with them. Otherwise, they're just going to die, and then the enemy are going to come towards you. They will be weakened, obviously. But obviously, like Nyx, what you could do is aim on one area, deploy, yeah, so the decoy's there, and it will not move, and then you can just stand there and let your death cube shoot it. Now, and that's the only difference I found. Is that a good thing or bad thing? I don't know. Depends what you're trying to do. And if you're trying to rank up your death cube, well, maybe not so good. But if you maybe want to, you know, cause a decoy and get the enemies, you know, your guys to actually go and attack, well, yeah, you know, it's pretty good, I must admit. But I don't think it's a move where you're going to get more kills. You might get more damage out of it when it's maximum rank. But so anyway, what the plan is now anyway, I mean, look, this is really, you know, today was just a, you know, just to give you, you know, what I think of the frame and just a bit of heads up on the update and, you know, what's been going on and such really. More about, you know, in detailed look as such. But the plan is anyway, once I sort of, you know, I've gone up rank, I've got a few more spaces there now. So what I'm going to do is max out these cards, you know, give it another go, get all my power cards on there, you know, get the frame to where I want it to be. I'm going to go 30. Look, I'm going to go 30. What I'm going to do is get all the power cards off there, maybe de-equip something like shields or something like that, just so I can experience the cards on maximum power. But this, you know, I mean, so far, I mean, it's not been that great. But like I said, I mean, it's not even bloody. I haven't ranked the card up yet, so I'm not the right person to actually say, oh, that's not that great. I just wanted to try out the ultimate move. Well, like I do all my frames, I do the same thing when I first get it. I max out the ultimate first of all, and then give that a go, and then work my way through the cards. So over the next week, I'm going to max out these cards, and then, you know, I'm no doubt you'll be seeing this frame in a couple more videos anyway, because it's just a nice frame. And I mean, just to look at for a start. I mean, like I said, one of the nicest frames. And you know what? I bought them tassels, guys. 50 platinum. Wait, you know, you could say they're a waste of money, but I still haven't bought the bits that fly on your dev cube yet. You know what I mean? Because they're a waste of money as well. It's more, you know, I looked at, you know, the add-ons for dev cube and thought, look, I'm going to pay that money. You don't get anything out of it. What's the point in doing it? And it didn't look that good. These tassels, I like the tassels, guys. I think they look pretty good. So that was, for me, I didn't mind spending that because, yeah, I like it. I think it makes it look unique. It looks pretty cool. If I have to be honest with you guys, I've actually owned them all. Let me show you. I own all these. Don't ask why. Let's have a look. Equip. That's that. Well, we'll go for them all, shall we? So you can see what they look like. Oh. It's that one, right? Okay. Let's try that one. They got that, but I didn't like that. It's a bit stupid, isn't it? The animation don't look that great, does it? What do you think? I don't know. I mean, it's your choice. I mean, at least you get to have a look at it before you buy it. Obviously, I'm sure you can colour it, but it just looks a bit, to me, it's not good, is it? The way it's floating off the neck as well. Maybe it should be sitting flat on my back. Maybe that's coming in an update. Don't look right to me. The fact that it sits over the back of the weapon as well. So, you know, that was a no for me when I picked that, when I looked at that one. And then I went for this one. And I thought, well, don't really like that one either. Just didn't look that great. And then obviously, the daddy, the proper one. This is just the best one. I mean, it's personal preference, guys. I mean, this is what the game's about. You know, aesthetics and customization is what it should be. Obviously, you know, the Warframes are making money out of us because I bought all of them with platinum just to find out, actually, do you know what? I didn't want the other two, but, you know, they're in the inventory. They're there now. Oh, the last thing I've got to say, actually, what I did forget to say in my last video, thanks for everyone that gave me the promotional codes. There's quite a few that gave me bonus codes for Warframes that gave me platinum. And you can see what your platinum's gone towards. Yep, okay, guys, I'll be honest, I've wasted 100 platinum, but you know, what I did buy is obviously the new frame and loads of other stuff. And there's plenty more platinum to go left anyway. So that was very kind of you guys. Thanks, I really appreciate that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much quite a long video here today, actually. Just a sort of bit of catch up anyway. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.